Welcome back to Press Review. Let's start by taking a look at today's front pages in the Middle East. From Beirut, the Daily Star reports that 4 cafe goers were wounded Wednesday when an unknown assailant on a motorcycle tossed a hand grenade into a coffee shop in the northern city of Tripoli. The paper also reports that MPs failed for the 8th time to appear in parliament in numbers strong enough to have a quorum to elect a new president for Lebanon, prompting the speaker Nabih Berri to postpone the session by 2 weeks. The Tehran Times headlines, crack in sanctions cannot be repaired. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has said that the sanctions imposed on Iran have already been eased through actions taken by his government and the nuclear negotiating team. The paper quotes the president saying the bowl of sanctions has broken and can return this broken bowl to its previous state. From Riyadh, the Arab Times headlines, King pledges $500 million for crisis-hit Iraq. Saudi Arabia pledged $500 million in humanitarian aid for Iraq on Tuesday to be dispersed through the United Nations to those in need regardless of sect or ethnicity, said a source at the Foreign Ministry. The paper also reports on a French court fining a Muslim woman €120 for wearing a full face veil in public, prompting the single mother of 3 to vow an appeal to the European Court of Human Rights to get France to overturn its burqa ban. And from Al-Qahira, the Egypt Independent headlines, the NASL leaders arrested. Leaders of the Muslim Brotherhood-led National Alliance to Support Legitimacy, the NASL, have said that security troops stormed their houses on Tuesday and arrested Magdi Hussein, chief of the Independence Party, Nasser Abdel Salam, acting chief of Jama'a al-Islamiyya's Development and Construction Party, and Hussam Khalaf, member of Wasat Party's political bureau, who was protesting at Rab'a al-Adawiyya sit-in until it was dispersed. And from Dubai, the Gulf News headlines, Hamas sites hit after bodies of Israelis found. A Palestinian teenager from the occupied East Jerusalem was kidnapped and killed earlier on Wednesday in a suspected act of revenge for the murder of 3 Israeli youth. The killing sparked a wave of clashes in occupied East Jerusalem, where around 200 young Palestinians threw stones at the Israeli occupation's police. The paper also says that an official said people who fake certificates to get a visa or a job in the UAE face up to 10 years in prison, with those who photocopy official documents and tamper with them face up to 5 years. And now let's move to top Middle East headlines from papers here in the UK. From London, The Guardian tops its Middle East section. Palestinian demonstrators clash with police over suspected revenge attack. The clashes came after the murder of a Palestinian teenager in a suspected revenge attack for the killing of 3 young Israelis. Police fired rubber bullets, sound bombs and tear gas at more than 200 Palestinian demonstrators on Wednesday morning in Shufat, east of Jerusalem, close to where the victim of the apparent revenge attack lived. Iraq crisis, parliament in deadlock as ISIS advance continues, the title in The Independent, where the Iraqi parliament closed its inaugural session after 2 hours because political parties have not decided on new leaders to seek a way out of the crisis caused by the fall of Mosul and the takeover of much of northern and western Iraq last month by the ISIS. Also from The Telegraph, the paper headlines, also from the UK, The Telegraph headlines, Mahmoud Abbas must choose between Hamas and peace. The paper suggests that whatever action Israel takes against Hamas in retaliation for the cold-blooded murder of 3 Israeli teenagers, the militant Islamist movement will only have itself to blame if there is a full-scale resumption of hostilities. And now let's take a look at the top Middle East news in international papers. From Beijing, the Global Times reports that up to 29 people were killed in tribal and sectarian clashes in Yemen in the past 24 hours. Clashes between 2 powerful tribes over land dispute broke out on Tuesday, killing 17 people and injuring 40 others. And from Berlin, the Deutsche Welle says that Israel could be tying its hands following the murder of 3 Israeli youth in the West Bank. Israeli activist Sher Hever has accused Prime Minister Netanyahu of politically exploiting the crime to tarnish Palestine's image. And for more updates, visit our website levant.tv. Thanks for watching Press Review. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, and bye for now.